I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Matthias, because I'm currently recording a series of videos that are motivated by what I hope and expect for the future of humanity. I'm convinced that our species is going to start maturing more rapidly in the not too distant future, and that central to that process is the advancement of justice. I'll explain that line of reasoning in my second video, but what I want to do right now is introduce the mindset that I'm coming from. There are two main points to this. The first is that I'm seeking unity. For example, in the abortion debate, there are two main camps, the pro-life camp and the pro-choice camp. And people in these two different camps are coming from two very fundamentally different value systems that are absolutely incompatible. So when there are conversations between these two groups, they're not so much persuasive or seeking resolution, but they're seeking to recruit other people who may not yet have a position on the abortion debate. And in the short term, this is probably the most effective way to gain cultural power and affect legislation, but in the long term, it's very destructive to society because we have, in our current political environment, two different sets of ideals trying to undermine and sabotage each other rather than work together, which results in legislation that is blatantly illogical and obstructionary. Rather than take one side or the other, I think it's more practical to point out that nobody is pro-abortion. Even Sarah Silverman would not get pregnant for the explicit purpose of having an abortion. Rather, both groups want to reduce the number of abortions that are performed. And there are a great many social and policy measures that we can take in order to prevent unwanted, unsupportable, or unhealthy pregnancies from occurring in the first place. And we know this from looking at other countries that have been very successful in doing so. By the way, I'm also American. Now, I think this third unifying position is pretty obvious once you're exposed to the idea, which brings me to my second point, is that I don't have all of the answers. Actually, I quite certainly know that I do not have all the best solutions to the issues and problems that humanity faces. But I do have some insights to offer, and that's what I mean to share with you. And what I hope these videos would accomplish is, one, to be thought-provoking so that you would think about what I have to say and come up with better solutions, maybe more obvious solutions, and to engage in conversation with your friends and acquaintances or letter writing to your representatives in order to spread better ideas and to develop and come up with better ideas. That's really the whole point of this exercise. Now, on the premise of unity, all of my videos have the unifying theme of justice, which, when I stop and think about it, I have a feel for what justice is, but I don't actually know what it means. So I spent some time thinking about that and exploring the concept, and the point of the first video is to define what I mean when I'm talking about justice going forward. So that's it. I hope you find these videos interesting and thought-provoking. I do understand I'm not particularly good at making videos. Hopefully that skill will develop. Please bear with me because I believe the content is really worthwhile.